Well, as promised, we are now doing episode 2, which deals with my favorite set of skirmish rules, Disposable Heroes. I should say my very favorite. I enjoyed these playing this system for quite a long time, since around 6 years ago, 2007. My initial introduction to Disposable Heroes was actually this game right here, Price of Glory. It's a set of World War I rules that uses the Disposable Heroes system. I really liked it. I enjoy it and still do. I have a fairly, I guess a somewhat extensive collection of World War I miniatures, and this really filled the bill. It really did. In fact, I still make jokes that I think I'm the only guy in the state of Florida that actually has the 1914 Belgian army, in miniature. Anyway, this was my first foray, and I really liked them. The next one, of course, coming right afterwards, about 2007, about that same time, is the basic World War II. I guess you could call these the core rules. Disposable Heroes and Coffin for 7 Brothers. Yeah. World War II, that, by the way, are both, at least from what I understand, Red Army nicknames for their soldiers, the Disposable Heroes. And Coffin for 7 Brothers was the name they gave the M3 Lee Lend-Lease tanks that they got from the U.S., which kind of shows you what they thought of them. But hey, what can I say? And finally, their latest effort, Point Blank, which is a squad level, where you will command a squad of troops. Very good, very enjoyable. I really like it. And of course, an incredible array of supplements from Americans, World War II. You've got a modern battle supplement here. I've got early war feudal gallantry here, which is a really good early war supplement. And of course, I had some more, but I can't find them. Anyway, they have supplements for just about everybody you could think of. And the system is really, really very good. All right, so what is the system that I think is very good? Well, first of all, I immediately like the fact that it was a 1-dice system. D10, that's all that's required. Now, admittedly, in some battles and in some circumstances, you're going to wind up using more than 1 D10. Yeah, especially when you start using the high rate of fire stuff, like the German MG42. Yeah, 1 burst is 8 of those, but we'll get to that. Okay, each soldier is rated with for accuracy, close combat, and guts. And yeah, I kind of paused because it's like, oh wait, I forgot to mention another supplement of theirs, another set of rules I don't have in hand, called This Very Ground, which is actually for black powder. It's supposed to be for the French and Indian Wars. I've used it very successfully for the American Civil War. Okay, to get back to what I was saying. Hey, I'm 65. Give me a break. But each soldier is rated on accuracy. How well can they shoot? On a scale of 1 to 10. You're rated on close combat, which is how well you could go in there and, what's that old line from the movie Zulu? A bayonet with some guts behind it? Yep, okay, this is what that is. And of course, guts. How much courage you got, how much grit you got, as the British would say, how much bottle. I always liked that term, Anyway, you have these 3 these three values. Now, in the World War I set, they're referred to as marksmanship, valor, and courage, which I happen to like a little more since it's more dashing. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's it. And the rules are pretty intuitive once you get into them. They feel right. They do. They feel right. There's also a deal of tactical flexibility you have with them in terms of indirect fire support, rifle grenades. Everything is there. All the tools you need. And it's really the same thing. Firing is done, say, infantry shooting. You've got where you will roll a D10. You have to roll your marksmanship score under. The marksmanship score is actually modified by cover, by all sorts of things, by other factors as well. If you happen to hit your target, you roll again. Now every weapon has an AP rating, anti-personnel. The standard infantry rifle from World War II, that's an 8. So you roll an 8 or below, the other guy's figure is removed. There are no hits in this game. One hit takes out, if you're successful, will take out a figure. Then you check for morale, and in fact, you check for morale for your unit. Whether you take any casualties or not. You just been shot at, bucko. Now, they haven't hit anybody, but them bullets just come whizzing around you. Let's see how well you're feeling today. I think this is a very good system. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Everything else works, and it works well. Now, the armor rules, the Coffin for Seven Brothers part, I like in particular. They're very good, very accurate. And interestingly enough, they actually land, they get, it's a good balance. Okay. In a lot of games, and if I played, hell that I've run, the Panzers show up. That's the deal. In this game, Panzers show up. They better have some infantry supporting them, or they're going to find themselves in a world of hurt. Oh, yeah. Angriff, for example. You get this here. Okay, where'd you put it? This is actually, oh. All right, I ain't got it together as much as I thought, but hey. Let's take Blood and Guts. It's the American supplement. Right here, Blood and Guts. Okay, and you've got a world of different layouts and troops. You can see that. It's a rifle platoon, laid out pretty much standard. You can upgrade weapons. You can subtract men. You want to model, say, a U.S. infantry platoon somewhere in Normandy around the middle of June, early July. Yeah, well, you're not going to have 12 men. You're probably going to be lucky if you got 6 to 8. But it also gives you various support options. I don't know if you can see that or not. So you're prepared. You're ready to go. And you have it, just to give you here, a Army Rifle Platoon, an Armored Infantry Platoon, poison to half tracks. They're fun. I've got one of those, fully mounted. U.S. Paratrooper Platoon, got one of those too. Elite Scale Fighter Infantry Platoon. It's pretty much here. And they're all laid out, including the weapons they generally carry. Ranger Platoon, you name it, it's in here. Some of the ones that I think are interesting is this. cavalry reconnaissance platoon. Lots of Jeeps and M8 armored cars. And an absolute, we have forward observer teams and an absolute plethora. I mean, we're talking all kinds of stuff back here. In vehicles, guns, and what have you, and they're all laid out for gaming. Now, I mean, this is the variety. Now, I know this probably looks complicated because, well, it looked complicated to me. But once I got into the game itself, no, it's not complicated at all. It is an interesting. The procedure is you roll a d10 each side, you add your highest gut score, and the person with the highest gut score, well, they go first. You activate one of your units, your opponent activates one of his. Very simple. Very simple. And so that's Iron Ivan's Disposable Heroes in a nutshell. I hope I've done a good enough job. But I really like this game. I play it a lot. I've turned my friends onto it. You know, it's a very, very good game. My favorite, in fact, for a platoon level skirmish game. Which, by the way, if you've got enough people, you can actually play at the company level. I know I did at Historicon 2008. One of the authors, Keith Stein, ran a game that I tremendously enjoyed. Even if I did lose a shiny new Panther tank to a scruffy group of American GIs who close assaulted it. Yeah, that can happen. I know. It happened to me. And I still to this day chuckle over it. You know, I have a degree of infamy, I guess, in Iron Ivan circles. But anyway, for more information, I will direct you to their website, ironivangames.com. That'll let you know everything. Their whole line of products, and they've got some interesting ones. They've got stuff for the Spanish Civil War, including one called, First Battle. They've got a set of pulp skirmish rules called Where Heroes Dare. And they just came out actually with a gladiator game called Victrix, if you wanted to run a team of gladiators in a Coliseum. Hey, it's cool beans. Okay, well, that's it for now. I think I've rattled on enough, but I hope you get the picture. Iron Ivan's Disposable Heroes is a great set of rules. Oh, and by the way, eventually I have to get a video camera in which I can actually get my board set up, because I'm kind of in winter quarters now. I had to take the game board down, the game table down, so we get a little extra room for, well, we've got a storage unit to clean out. And, well, you don't want to know about that, but anyway, and then I would like to do some demo games of the different games. My next episode will deal with the new kid on the block, as it were, Bolt Action from Warlord Games. So until then, happy holidays, play games, have fun. Thank you very much.